So then we can calculate the frequencies. So for example, I'm repeating here that 42 and 42 and somewhere, so 42 and 42. So in order to identify how many students have weight 42, their weight is 42. So simple, we can estimate the frequency here. The size of the class interval as per the Sturgis rule is obtained the follows. For example, range by 1 plus the 3.32. So this is a logarithm method. So you cannot bother about it. This one. So is next slide is there, easy to understand. For example, like this. For example, continuous series. So for example, the weight of the student is 30 to 35. How many students are there? 2. For example, if you understood here 30 to 35. For example, how many students have the weight is the 30 to 35. So if you observe here, 32 may be somewhere and 32, 35 is somewhere, for example. So in order to understand easily, so we can do some like this tally numbers. We can say tally marks antamu. So 1, 1. It means that there are 2 members who have the weight is 30 to 35 range. That is called frequencies 2. Okay. So like that we can estimate that we can do some frequencies table. So this is also same. Then percentage, how to calculate the percentage. For example, if you take the marks, for example, I'm taking about external marks, for example, after conducting examination of a particular subject. So some people will get 0 to 10 marks. Some people will get 50 to 60 marks, for example. So the minimum marks is 0 and maximum marks is 60, for example, I'm saying. So some people may get, that is 3 people may get 0 to 10 marks. That is called number of students, 3. It means that 3 people have got 0 to 10 marks out of 60. Then here 10 to 20 marks and 8 members. Here 8 students have got 10 to 20 marks only. So like that. So here 4 students have got 50 to 60 marks. The total sample is 50. But when you convert to the percentage, how much percent of the people have got 0 to 10 marks? For example, how we can calculate the percentage? Simple, 3 by 50. 3 by 50 is how much will come? 6. 3 by 50. Then 8 by 50, 16. That is called actual frequency by total frequency into 100. Simple, I am going to give in the calculator also. I will use in the laptop computer. See how we will get that values. See here 3 by so see 3 by 50 into 100. How much? 6. That is called 6%. That is called actual frequency by total frequency into 100. So you make it 710. How much the percent of the students in the interval of 30 to 40? For example, 17. 17 by 50 into 100. How much? 34. This is a 34 frequency. Okay. Then this is how to estimate the percentage frequency table, nothing but here, like this. Sometimes when we are presenting the data in the table form, some people will present in terms of frequency only. Some people will present a data in the terms of percentage also. Percentage. For example, no need to present both two. Some people will present both, but in order to present a good pick up that table, or in order to attract the more people, most of the people will present the percentages. Then cumulative frequencies. So here see, already I have told that cumulative frequencies. So here 3 cumulative frequency is nothing but adding up simple frequencies. Cumulative frequency is nothing but adding up simple frequencies. So 3 is the here. Then 3 plus 7, 10. Okay, 10 plus 15, 25, 25 plus 21, 46, 46 plus 12, 58, 58 plus 6, 64. For example, just a minute, I will use that mark. See here, 3 plus 7, 10. Okay, then 10 plus 15, 25. 25 plus 25 plus, sorry, 25 plus 21, 46. Like this is cumulative frequencies. So this is less than cumulative frequency, more than cumulative frequency. For example, more than cumulative frequency, nothing but, so we have to put 64 here, 64 minus 3, 61 minus 10, 54, like this. Sorry, 64 minus 7, 7, sorry, 64 minus 3, 61, 61 minus 7, 54, 54 minus 15, 39, 39 minus 21, 18, 18 minus 12, 6. Okay, this is less than cumulative frequency and more than cumulative frequency. And so sometimes we can present the data in terms of graphs or in the form of graphs also. For example, when you gather some information, simple we can put in the graph methods. So earlier I have explained about some graphs, even though I will explain now. So here it is a diagram that exhibits a relationship often functional between two sets of numbers of a set of point having coordinated determined by the relationship. For example, when you have the data, for example, when we have studied in the microeconomics, there's a price and demand. So the price is one side, demand is another side. For example, on the y-axis, we can take the price. On the x-axis, we can take the demand. So if the price of the commodity is 2 rupees, how much the demand is there? So like that, we have presented a diagram, a graph also in our microeconomics. That is called, see, it will comes like this. Just a minute. So anyway, we have some graphs like this. So here we will take price. Here we will take demand. So sometimes we will take, if the price of the commodity here, demand is this time. So you will like this. Or sometimes we will get some graphs also like this. So price of the commodity is high, the demand will be low. So price of the commodity decreases, the demand will be high. Like this, there is a negative relationship between the price and demand. Sometimes we will get a positive relation also, price and supply. And the price of the commodity increases, the demand for the supply of the commodity also increase. So that is the case. The graphs will be shown like this. And depends on the data also, we can present in the graph method, graphical presentation like this. Origin. A line graph also. For example, if you take the number of cars sold in the January month wise, for example, if you take that automobile industries, they will present the data in the form of graphs also. See, for example, when you observe this graph, so we can easily understand in the month of January, the number of cars sold is 20. From January to February, the sold of the car is 35. It means that from January to February, there is a tremendous changes in the car sale of cars. Then from February to March, the number of sales of cars will be has been decreases. from 35 to 25. So from in the month of March to April, there may be increases. There may be increases. Then April to May, so there is a increases from 40 to 45. So in the month of May to June, from the month of May to June, so the sales of cars has been decreases. This is called line graph. So the line graph is useful in the displaying the data or information that changes continuously over time. For example, so in the over time from June to June, January to June, there's a 6 months. During the 6 months, the number of cars has been increases. Number of cars sold has been increases from 20 to 30. 20 to 30. So during the over a period of time, there is a change, positive change. Means nothing but from the January to June, there is a increasing trend. There is a increasing trend. Increasing trend. So this is called line diagram. See the bar graph. So the bar graph is a chart that uses either horizontal or vertical. Horizontal or vertical to show the comparison among the categories. Among the categories. For example, if you take into account sports, for example. So here the sports and number of students. So here softball and basketball, others and soccer. So here, so in order to compare the how many students will play the particular games. For example, here we can easily understand if the particular bar graph is higher, it shows that more number of people are playing particular game only. For example, if you take into account others, so when you compare with these four games, so most of the less number of people will prefer to other games rather than soccer and softball and basketball. For example, in terms of girls and boys, for example, here see there's a softball and basketball. For example, here in the softball, 50%, nothing but if the softball people will place around I think 4 people na here number of students, here 2 people. For example, here softball who will play the softball, 2 people, nothing but 2 girls and 2 boys. There is equal. Whereas comes to the basketball, so here there are, I think basketball yeah, I think 6 members in the total. But when it comes to into the category gender wise, how many boys are playing, how many girls are playing. For example, in the basketball, so red color is a boys, yellow color is a girls. For example, there are 5 students who are playing the basketball. So within the 5 people, within the 6 people, 5 students from boys and 1 student from girls. Okay, so that is a comparison. We can compare easily by putting a bar graph also. The pie chart. So the pie chart is nothing but a circle chart. So pie chart is known as a circle chart. So it is a circular statistical graphic which is divided into the slice to illustrate numerical proportion. For example, on the depends on our data, our information. So we can classify it into different proportions. For example, here if you take into account this graph pie chart, see here 35%. And here 38% chrome. For example, how many for example, if you collect the information about the 100 people, for example, who are using net. For example, some people use Chrome, some people will use Firefox, and some people will use Internet Explorer and Safari and Opera. So there are some browsers which we can use frequently. For example, some people will use Internet Explorer, and some people use Chrome, some people will use other Opera, for example. For example, in order to know that how much of the percent of the people are using Chrome, how much of percent of people are using Safari, how much of people are using Opera, and how much people are using Internet Explorer. So when we are collecting information, so that we can easily divide by actual value by total observation. For example, if you take Out of 100, for example, 40 people are using Chrome. For example, I am saying by 100, 40 by 100 into 100, 40%. So here, so they have gathered some information about that browser uses. So 38, majority of the people are using Chrome only, and less number of people are using Opera browser. So this is called proportion. For example, if you take it open, I'm going to give the best example for your. For example, your packet money is 1,000 rupees per month. For example, I'm saying. So for the 1,000, within the 1,000, how much you are allocating to the your personal activities? For example, how much you are spending for that gupchup or other items, or pen, or or study purpose or non-study purpose. For example, if if you are doing more expenditure on non-education purpose, on how much percentage you are using, and how much your percentage using your amount of money or your money to the education. So that in that case also we can classify. So another example, if you take best example, household expenditure. Household expenditure. For example, your father may your father may have the more grip on your family expenditure. For example, how much they spend for the food, and how much they spend for the rent, and how much they spend for that other activities. For example, if your father likes to go gym, for example, how much he spend it. For example, alcohol expenditure, for any other expenditure. See, within the 10,000, how much of percent of expenditure you are allocating to the food consumption, how much of expenditure how much you are spending amount of some rupees for that alcohol and other food activity, other activities also. So in that case, we can easily understand by looking at pie diagram or pie chart. For example, I would like to show that, for example, if you have the data in the Excel, you may get it. For example, A, B, C. Alcohol, others. See, for example, if you have the data like this, for example, if you are spending 1,000 rupees for the food expenditure, and if you are spending 5,500 rupees for the alcohol, and if you are spending 1,200 rupees for the other purpose, for example, so you may get the pie diagram also. See. So what you observe here by looking at the pie diagram, so most of the expenditure for others. See, this mark color is for others, blue for food, or red for alcohol. See, when you click it here, out of total percentage, 19% alcohol, and 37% for food, and 44% of others. Out of 100%, you are spending 44% of your expenditure for other purposes, and you are spending 37% of your expenditure for food. So remaining 19% you are spending for alcohol. Is it clear now? Picture. Hello, dear students. Is it visible?
Yes, sir.
Is it not visible? That is the Excel sheet. This one.
No, sir.
No, sir, we can't
No,
see.
sir. No.
Which one you are? Which one is visible for you? Only
The
this
pie
one.
chart
Black
is
color.
This one only. No?
yes, this one we can see, sir.
Not visible, sir.
This one. Okay. Just a minute. I will share another one. Now, are you visible?
Yes, sir. It's
Yeah,
visible.
this one. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
See, for example.
Yes, sir.
See, for example. For example.
No, sir, we can't see.
Now this one.
No, it's visible,
This
sir.
data. This data.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. For example, your father may give your monthly expenditure is 2,700 per month. For example, I'm saying. For example, out of 2,700, how much you are spending for food purpose. So you may spend 1,000 rupees for food, for example. So out of your total expenditure, you may spend 500 rupees for alcohol purpose, for example. So remaining amount you will spend for other activities. For example, you want to know that how much a percentage, but we are not representing percentage. Only we are spending actual values. We are showing actual values of in terms of rupees. But if you want to know how much percentage you are allocating, so in order to know that, you can select this one, the data, and go to insert and go to pie diagram. Then you can click it. Is it visible now? This one. See, is it visible?
Sir.
Yeah. See, when you click this data, see series 1, the point, see 37%. So I think you can see that when you're clicking on this blue color, so you will get 37%. It means that out of 100%, you are spending 37% of your expenditure allotted to the food. So if you click here, 44%, you are spending your 44% of your expenditure to the other activities, and you are spending 19% of your expenditure to the alcohol. This is nothing but how you are allocated your expenditure to the different activities. Is it clear now? If it is clear,
Yes,
I will
sir.
move for another.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, this is called about the how many people are using browser, and which browser you are using, whether internet or Firefox or Chrome or other Opera, like this. So these are graph types. Simple, we can say we can use in the basic degree level. These are enough for that. In order to use that graphs, pie diagram, bar diagram, and line graphs. Simple, how we can create in graphs in Excel. I already shown that. Simple, what you can enter the data and you can select the information. So like this, you can select the information, then go to insert. Whether if you want a column, you can get column wise. That is called bar diagram. Say a food expenditure 10,000 rupees and alcohol expenditure is 500 rupees. All other expenditure is 200. Like this, you will get it. So if you want color, if you want change the colors also, there are so many different colors available in the Excel. It depends on the which MS Office you are using, whether 2010 or 2007. Okay, you will get it. This is the worksheet, and is it clear now how we can represent the data in the different forms? Hello? Is it clear?
Yes, sir.